flippin' hot outside. That's my own term. I am not a weather person, but I'll tell you what, they'd probably agree with me right now because it is swampy in most of the country. We got so much rain last night, but the heat still didn't let up. So we need to move some air. And how about we do it with a customer top rated item? This is V35412. It's the Holmes Blizzard 12-inch 4-speed fan with rotating grill and remote. What this does is it just dices up the air so that you have a whole room fan. This isn't just focusing on one spot. This isn't moving around so that you have to clear a big space for it to operate. This is a whole room fan from Holmes, and it's on four easy payments of $850.
It is hot.
What?
Would you say stinking hot?
It's stinking hot. Hi, Nick Antilli.
Hi.
Good to see you this morning. You know what? Nick is bringing this to us today, but he also is somebody that brings us these great items for our home. I know this comes with a remote. Where is that?
Look at this. The remote actually lives directly on the back of the fan. So this remote,
How
he
cool.
goes here, all of the controls lives on the back of the fan. So think about your fan at home. Think about the air circulation that you're getting. Think about these extra additional features like that remote, but also most importantly, that rotating grill. Mary, this rotating grill on the front there is spinning and deflecting the air as it gets pushed out. That's giving us 70% wider air distribution. So with that, yes, you get the air movement, but you also get the comfort and the cooling that you're looking for this hot summer season. And
we're getting more than $10 off here because it retails for $46.97. We have it for $33.98. Score! But we also have 3 colors remaining because this has been very popular. The one in front of me is gray, and I think this has like a little steely blue to it too.
Absolutely, that's
really
new
pretty
this season, been incredibly popular.
Like
I love
that a lot.
Cool blue.
The one in front of you is black, and then of course the one in front is the tan. Again, this is customer top rated. Will you please share with us what makes this fan different from others?
Sure, and again, I'm going to compare this to the fans that we have at home, right? So number one, it's super lightweight and portable. Obviously, it has that rotating grill on the front. You're seeing the air circulation that we're getting in the front, but think about those, like you mentioned, stale, stagnant air that sits in your house. You're actually pulling the air from the back as well. So now if you have an air vent, you're bringing in that air, getting the air movement that you're looking for. We talked about all of the features that can be controlled with that remote control, which lives on the back of the unit. All of these same features can obviously single push buttons on the front of the fan. So going through those, I already talked to you about that rotating grill with 70% wider air distribution. Does your fan at home have up to a 12-hour sleep timer?
No.
So now bring in that air when it's hot and sticky at night, but don't let it get too cool as we move on. New this year is going from not just the low, medium, and high that we had last year and years past. We now have this whisper quiet mode. Ooh. So that's the reason why we have 3 fans running in front of us, but we don't have to yell. And then finally, this breeze function is so cool. It's actually going to scroll through these 4 speed settings to mimic that cool ocean air breeze without having to open up the windows to let the heat, the pollen, all of those things into the house.
You're speaking our language. We're seeing some of the reviews go across the bottom of the screen. Couple things to call out. Number one, a lady or a gentleman wrote, one word to describe this fan, wonderful.
Oh, of course, I could hear that.
And another reviewer said, this fan has so many great things going for it, but, and I'm paraphrasing because the review went by, but also called out the fact that if you love having a fan for that little blue noise in the background,
we didn't get rid of that.
No, it still has
there,
that very gentle lull to it to soothe you into that sleep state, but it's not so loud that you're going to think, who let the chopper in the bedroom?
That's right. Yeah. That's exactly right. And hey, speaking of fans and comparing it to fans you may have had before, this is what you're typically going to find. And if you go out to the big box stores now and these heat waves, you might not even find this. So you might pay more.
Great point.
But this is that old fan model that, the grill in the front really isn't doing anything. And this is, probably invented, I don't know, 50 years ago.
Fair.
So if we could, talk about this fan and the air direction that it blows, this is pushing that air out in one direction. It's loud, it's noisy, pushing that air in one single direction. Now, that gives that tunnel of air. You're getting the air movement, but what you're not getting is the comfort that comes along with it. So then the oscillating fan is going to give you the air, movement, but it kind of still has that tunnel, and it blows the air in a single direction. That's typically the one that makes the most noise as well. And then finally, we have the Holmes Blizzard fan. With that rotating grill, they reinvented the fan game. So with that, you're getting full room air circulation, you're eliminating the hot spots, and you're giving yourself the cooling comfort that we want in these hot summer seasons.
Desperately so.
Yeah.
You know what, too? And I mentioned the price that it retails for $46.97. It's on a great sale price right now of $33.98. We're blowing bubbles around the studio because that's our vibe.
That's right.
But also it proves a point. But I heard you were presenting this with Dan Hughes.
Yeah.
And I heard him say something that really rang my ear, and I wanted to share with all of you too, but I wanted to quote him properly and give him the credit. Typically at retail, when something is in demand, the price goes up. Here, it's hot out now.
Isn't that
it's
so
swampy
great?
out now.
Yeah.
And the price has been lowered here at QVC. So that's a great reason to shop at QVC. But you're actually showing us the difference and how the parts move together to create that experience for us.
This is that traditional fan blade that you have here that would push that air in one single direction. We're then putting those louvers in front. That's going to deflect the air. So think of it like your garden hose, right? So instead of putting it one direction, now we're fanning it out. And that's the reason why you see the bubbles all around the room.
Yeah.
That's the reason why it brings you the comfort, and that's the reason why so many people love this fan. It's so funny to think that everybody could get so excited with a fan like this, but if you think about it, not just in the hot summer season, not just if you have or don't have air conditioning, this is something that you're going to use year round. We all need a fan. Why not have a great one?
Tuck it right in the window to bring in that cooler breeze if you live in an area where you actually have some. We're jealous. But put it by the air conditioner output. Put it next to your output vent to really spread around that cool air in a room. We all have that room in our home that is warmer than the others, and this is how you get that air circulating. The other thing, too, is that it has a 70% wider air distribution on high.
Isn't that great? Yeah.
Than a traditional fan.
That's exactly right.
That's exactly why it is customer top rated. That's exactly why we're excited to have it in the show today. It weighs about 5.5 pounds, so feel free to move it around wherever you like. It has a 6-foot cord, so if your outlets are in strange places and you need that longer cord to be able to reach them, you have it here. But you're seeing those moments that we've simulated for you to really give you an idea of what it's going to be like in your home. That color that you're seeing on your screen right now is the black. It is popular in the show this morning. The gray is the one in front of me, and it's popular also. I'm going to turn it around so you can see the gray from the back too. I think this one's so pretty.
Isn't it? Hey, you know what? You were talking about the cord. Actually, on the back there, we've got cord storage as well. So at the end of the season, you're going to be able to tuck this away, not have to worry about tripping over that cord. Think about this in comparison to your fan at home.
Oh, nice.
Do you have the cord storage? Up on the back of that fan, do you have that remote control?
I know, and again, how cool is that?
Here are all the features that we can do with this lightweight portable fan that can be controlled on that remote control as well. The first up is going to be stopping and starting that rotating grill, which is giving you that 70% wider air distribution by that turning. Next up, we have the up to 12-hour sleep timer, which is great for those, coming into fall and those hot summer nights. You'll be able to turn off that fan automatically. By the way, you can also do that with the remote control, which my ceiling fan doesn't have. New this year, low, medium, and high, but they've added that whisper quiet mode. Yes, you still have the lulling, the perfect sound to fall asleep to with the fan, but now it's even quieter than ever before. And then finally, you also have that breeze function. So again, compare this to the fans that you might, if you need one, run out and find at the box store, or a fan that you, might have at home. This has so many great features, and that's why everybody loves it.
Don't forget, too, we have the tan as our third color choice, but we need AAA batteries for the remote.
The batteries are included, yeah.
Oh,
and so you got everything that you need, and honestly, you're just going to be so impressed. It's a good remote, too.
Yeah.
So across the room, never a problem. You won't have to get out of bed.
It's 17 inches by 17 inches by 5 inches in depth, just to give you an idea of how it's going to fit into your room. But again, this is that whole room fan in a compact size. That's the beauty of this one in particular. Customer top rated. Folks came back to QVC.com to say how much they loved it. There is the tan fan. See what I did there? I do love a rhyme. We also have it in gray, and we also have it in black. You get the remote, you get the batteries too, and you get nearly $10 off the price because at retail it goes for $46 and change. We have it right now while it's hot, not just the value, but I mean outside. The value is $33.98. So you really get a great savings here, but we have 4 easy payments too if you want to pick up more than one, $8.50. My friend, thank you for being here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you. Hey, this is At Home with Mary. Don't worry, I'm not in your home. We're actually